So just you see that in that case of properties, this properties you can google it, you will be getting a lot of information. And remember that while learning collection framework in Java, there we have seen two part of that collection. One is collection interface and one is what map interface. Both are distinct with each other. It means what, there is no relation between map and collection, because in collection interface, because when we went inside that collection interface, we saw over there list is there, set is there, queue is there, that's it. But in case of but map was not the part, map is not the part of collection interface. Map is part of collection framework. Are you getting my point? So during
Mm-hmm.
learning of that map interface, we saw that map is basically used to hold data in key value pair format.
Mm-hmm.
Have you remember?
Yeah, yeah,
Map
yeah.
is map is storing data in
The
key value
previous
format.
previous exam we done this one.
Yes, means that map implemented class is which one? Hash map, linked hash map is there or not? Yes, and tree map is also
Mm-hmm.
there. Inside that map, we are using what, key and value. On that key, that value is getting assigned. I hope it you remember, right? In the similar way over
Yeah,
here,
yeah, yeah.
this properties, in the similar way over here, in this properties class is as similar as that map interface implemented class. It means what, in that we are storing values, we are
Multiple
storing
values and
increase. No, we are multiple, we are storing, that is okay, correct. But also we are storing those values in key value format. Key value
mm-hmm.
format, it means what, as in case of map interface we saw there that we are using key and value pair. In the similar way over here, this entry map dot put, in that put we are not using add, right, we are using put. Properties dot put what, this is what, key. On this key, this is the value. But that is okay, but all these values are what, related with data source configurations and Hibernate configurations, isn't it? So
Mm-hmm.
this is the key, this is the value. But this key and value we are holding where, in properties object. What is that properties object? Properties object is nothing but what, properties class object. Is that clear?
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah.
Yes. So this configuration you already familiar. So this is what, driver, this is what
Mm-hmm.
URL, this is what user, this is what password. So this is what driver name, this is what URL, this is what username, this is what password. This is for data source configuration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is what Hibernate configuration. Hibernate configuration, it means what, HBM2 DDL auto. This is Hibernate HBM2 DDL, right?
Mm-hmm.
This value can be update, create, none. Now here we are having environment dot dialect. So dialect we are going to decide org.hibernate.dialect mysql dialect. This will tell that Hibernate, that database is what, mysql. Accordingly it will map that entity to that database. Over here this is what, show SQL. We need to keep it either true or false. If we'll keep it false, nothing will show. If we'll keep true, that SQL will get shown.
Yeah.
SQL will get shown, that is okay, but we want to have that SQL in formatted structure, so we can use this format SQL properties also, right? And it will make
Mm-hmm.
it true. So this is for data source. This is for Hibernate configuration. Data source means what, related with your database. And this is what related with Hibernate. Now over here, this is what, setting properties to that configuration object. Is that configuration class or interface? A convenient, a convenient convenience API, making it easier to bootstrap an instance of Hibernate Inside an instance of configuration may obtain simply initiations and may be used to aggregate configuration properties from various source and entity overmapping defined in either annotated classes or execution based classes. So this is what configuration equal to new configuration. In that we are setting that property which we have created over here, and those property, and also we are setting which one we are adding annotated classes, because in case of XML based configuration we are keeping two configurations. One is what one for Hibernate configuration, and second one is which one for mapping, Hibernate mapping, right?
Mm. Yeah, yes.
Now those things we have given to this session over here, and factory object we got from here, session configuration dot build session factory, and this is what standard service register. So session factory object we got it over here, and we have like return it back. So this is what Hibernate configuration. After having Hibernate configuration, it means what we'll have that session factory object, and session factory object is that main object using which we can perform entire what
Okay.
uh,
System.
entire operations which we wish to have in our application. So because it is having all the properties, it is connected with the database, it is also having that Hibernate properties, and class is also annotated. So everything is connected with that session factory, and using this session factory we will get that session object, and using that session will perform all operations. So now this configuration is done. Next thing is what, in while learning Hibernate we saw that we, instead of saving properties into database manually individually using that JDBC API, while writing that SQL code manually, right? Insert operation, fetch, like select operations, update operation, and delete operation, all those operations we are using what manual SQL query,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now over here in case of this we are learning Hibernate, and in this Hibernate what we are going to do, we are not going to write manual query. Instead of that we are using what Hibernate what functionality, or Hibernate functionality we are using over here. It means what, instead of saving uh, instead of writing manual SQL query to like set the values and insert into database by writing manual query and executed manual query, we are in Hibernate we are going to save Java object directly into the database, as well as also mapping is handled by which one, that Hibernate, right?
Yeah.
For that we need to create entity class, and we all are very much familiar about that entity class earlier, isn't it? So similar way, in case of storing this user details onto our database by using Hibernate, we must have to create user entity class.
Mm.
Clear? So that user entity class we must have to create. For that one entity package I have written over here, and in this entity package you can see which field we required, whatever the field is available on that register page, those properties we required actually over here. What are those properties available inside this form? We are having how much properties inside this form?
So,
We are having full name, sorry, this one is the name, full name. We are having
mm-hmm.
email, password, about, only four field, right?
Mm.
So these four field we need to keep in that entity class, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This four field: full name, email, password, about. These four properties is there, right?
Yeah, it's what.
For this I have annotated it with @entity. It means what, Hibernate and the backend Hibernate will create database table for this user internally by themselves, and they will keep the name as user, as well as Hibernate will do mapping for all these properties, right? For that since this is what private member means, it is encapsulated properties. It means what I must have to declare or define all those properties for which one, getters and setters as well as constructor too. So those, this is what constructor, this is also constructor, this is what getters method, setters method, getters and setters all. But and after that, to display all the property in bulk at a time, I have overridden which to a
String.
string method. Clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now remember, after creating this class, entity class, it never means that if we'll fill this data and will click on register, internally it will set value to all these properties and it will save into the database. No, a lot of things is in ahead which we need to cover it out, isn't it? This is only one entity class, this is one structure, this is one template which I have defined over here. Using this template, will set the value, will create object, will set the value, and accordingly after setting value will give this object to that session object, and that session object will be responsible to save it onto that database, isn't it?
Hmm. Yeah.
So this is one user, this is one user entity class. Now next thing, we must have to
And this method.
have our backend part, right, where we have to catch that value, right,
From
the
front
value
end.
which we will insert over here, the value which will insert over here, that value we need to catch in the back end. So for that we must, since this is servlet, JSP servlet based application, it means what, whatever that form or pages we have defined over that JSP, after on that of on that page, whatever the value we are having, those data we must have to catch it over where, servlet or not. Yes, for that individual servlet I have kept over here in this package.
Hmm.
Clear? To get value from that register JSP, register servlet is there.
Yeah.
Where is that register servlet?
Yeah.
User register servlet, right? Now it means over here, but on this, since this is JSP servlet based application, it means what, we will have that web deployment descriptor, isn't it? That deployment descriptor will found where, in that web INF, means over here all servlet configuration we are doing or not. But it was manual or traditional way of doing configuration over here. Later on we are having what, annotations based configuration. For that over here we are having which one, at the rate web servlet. Instead of that, this single annotations will do configuration related with this servlet class, isn't it? This is simple Java class, user register servlet, but I made it servlet class. How? By extending servlet class over here. If you remember already, we made our Java application as a thread. How? By implementing or extending thread class, isn't it? In our simple Java class, we had extended our thread class, and accordingly that simple class made what, thread class. So over here, this user register servlet is what, simple Java class which I have extended with servlet class. It means what, now this user register servlet is not, no more simple class, simple Java class. Now this is what, servlet class, right? On this I have annotated with at the web.servlet. Over here I have given that URL, means what, on that form whenever we'll click on register, I have defined in that action tab this register, the URL, means on this URL it will look in that complete application, it will found over here, then it will get executed, right? Now whenever we'll do registration from there, you know what will happen, it will hit over here. How it will hit over here, let me come over here on that register. If you will see over here in that action tab, I have given in that action attribute, I have given register. Register is what, it is register is what, it is a URL.
URL of that
isn't it?
backend part.
Unif- yes, backend part. Yes, right, endpoints. So servlet URL, you can say, means whenever we'll click on this submit button, register button, accordingly whatever the value we have filled in this form, accordingly it will get submitted. But it will get submitted, but where it will get submitted, those address we need to give over here in that action attribute. So it will get forwarded to on this location. And over here we have used method post, means what, that forwarding method will forward that method, but where will forward, we know that web application is what, client server based architecture, means what, it will use HTTP protocol. Using that it will forward on it will forward that complete data over that application or internet, you can say, right. Method is post it means what, method is post. Over here HTTP servlet, see, HTTP protocol it will use over here, this is HTTPS.
Mhm.
So over here you will get forwarded that post method, it means what, whatever the data you have filled in that form, that will not get visible over here to the user. If you will use get, it will be shown over here, right.
Mhm.
This is the URL. So whenever you will fill, it will hit to that register, and register, for that register backend part I have written over here. And that backend part, if you can see in that user, where is that, okay, where is that user register, this one, right. So over here it will get hit it, and over here we'll have that values. So register will get executed, and in this register, if you will see over here, so do post method will get called. Why do post method
For
I have
that,
overridden over here? Because method is post, method type is post in that register form, right.
mhm.
So do post method will get executed here. Now next thing, it will get executed, but whatever the value we have sent, we have filled on that form, those we need to catch it over here or not.
Yeah.
Yes, for that I have catched this much values, right.
Mhm.
Now before doing anything else, let me make it comment, save it. After saving it, let me it is already running, let me rerun it, and we'll show you the data. Will show you the data. Let me close this also. Let me put one debugger over here, and we'll show you that. So this is expense tracker. Right click and run this in debug mode, then only debugger will get activated. Done. We'll come on register page. We'll fill over here. Give me one moment. Some insect came inside that eye.
Okay.
database. Done. So now over here I'm giving that value Sumit @gmail.com, password Sumit @222, about you are a good student or you are a good person. Done. Let me click on this. Now you can see that it got triggered. Once we'll come over here, we'll have that all values over here. This is it now in debugger mode, and this is all but 3.8 running in behind, right? Now you can see over here that value came over here. See, full name is what? Sumit Raj.
Yeah.
Email is what? Sumit@gmail.com. Password is what? Sumit @222. About is what? You are a good person. See, all those values we have cached over here or not? Yes. And once we'll click on this next button, it will print also a step over, and just you see in the console it got printed that value.
Yeah, yeah.
Using that system.out.println. It means what? The code which we have wrote on that over here this servlet, all those values are coming on this user register servlet page, isn't it? Now we are having values, all those values in our hand. Now we'll forward this value to that entity class. We'll make one entity class object over there. We'll forward all this, isn't it? For that, since I can do all those things over here itself, but I haven't done over here because we are using we are working on project, means everything must have to be a structured format,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
For that, what I have done over here, I have created one user entity class object, and that object I have given this value. It means what? Whenever you will go inside that user, you can see that in that user we are having constructor or not parameterized. It means what? It means what? The value what I am passing over here in that user register, this value will get assigned to this object, user object user, right? Now we'll have this object user. This value we need to save. Where? This value we need to save on our database, not directly by using which one? Hibernate session factory object session, isn't it? For that, I have created one service. Service is what? Service and service impulse. So this service impulse, in this all service code I have written, but that service will get called using this user service interface. So where is that user service interface? All those interface I have kept inside this tracker DAO. This DAO is having user service impulse, right? User service and user service impulse. So related with user, all activities I have cached inside this user service and user service impulse, right? Now we'll see in the next what it is having. Save user and login user, two functionalities there, right? In case of this save user, that will pass those object over here to this save user from where? From here, using this user service user service dot save, and this save user I have given which user? This object, right? Means what? It will go to that user service. On that user service I have passed this user object, and this user object we need to go to that implementation part. In this implementation part I have written all those code to save data into that database. For that, at the very beginning over here I have created three variables. One is which one? Session factory object variable, session variable, and transaction variable. Whenever will come over here, this respective constructor will get executed and all those value will get assigned to this properties, isn't it? But while generating this service impulse, I have given session factory this one as a parameter. Means what? Whenever I will be this one from anywhere, at that point of time I need to assign this value. From where I am calling this service impulse, I am calling this from servlet. So if you will come on this servlet, you are able to see using that hibernate util.get session factory. Means I am calling over here which one, this one, hibernate util, this one hibernate util, and this class is having this method get session factory method, right? So using this get session factory method I am calling this making this object user service, right? It will come over here. If whatever you are getting, that is okay. If you are not getting everything, don't worry, will recording will share with you, you can watch it and you will get it. So at the end you will have to do a lot of practice, because whatever I have learned so far, that is not the task of 1 day, 2 day and 3 day or 1 month or 2 months. No, from past 5 years approximately I am working on this Java development and doing practice by myself again and again. Then somehow I got the job from last 1 year back or 2 year back, isn't it? So you need to do practice a lot, you will be getting all these things. But it is not, remember, it is not the task of 1 month, 2 month or 1 year. No, you will have to keep practice continuously. So now this object will get created, and after that we'll have that object, the value which we are passing session factory, which will have over here, and this session factory will assign to this session factory, and this session factory will have that object. Now using this session factory object we can open the session. If we'll open the session object will get created, that will assign to this session, and using this session we can begin transaction. This transaction will give one session dot begin transaction will give us one transaction object. That transaction object we can assign it to this transaction object, right? Now our hibernate related property is available over here. You can unmute yourself, sorry, you can mute. So now coming to this save user, we are calling this save user from where? From here, save service user service dot save user. But save user, but which user? The user properties which we have fetched from that front end, and using that property we have created one object, user object, and this object only will save, isn't it? So this user object I am passing over here to this save user, and now this user only will come over here. That user I have passed to over here, and this user is having now value, all those values, right? So so if let me make it debug mode also over here and over here also, right? So those values will come over here, and using this session factory you can open it over here also, and you can't open it also over here also, fine. So 2 times I have done the same thing. So over here the session is there, session begin transaction, we got transaction object, and using that session I have called which one, save method. I have given this user object to this session. Now it will be saving actually into our database, and it will do and mapping of that class to that database also, right? On that in that case it will changes will get reflected to that database permanently. For that what we need to do, transaction dot commit, we need to use it over here, right? It will make sure that it will make sure that changes will happen onto database permanently, right? It will not use this one commit, this object won't get saved into database. It will get saved, but accordingly it will get rolled back also. Permanently it won't saved over there, right? And after saving successful I am making it flag as a true, and this flag value I am passing over here. Did you got my point? After that, it will return back. Where it will return back? It will return back to this service. Where is that service? That user service. It will return back to that user service, and from there it will where we are calling this one, we are calling over here. So that value will get come over here, right? That value will get come over here. That value will have true, and now I'm checking over here. If saved user, it means what? If it is true, then only it will work, otherwise else will work, right? So after, if it is true, it means what? User already saved. It means what? I'm printing one message to the console that the user registered successfully, and I have used session concept over here. Session I have already explained you all, right? Session is what? To keep track of changes on our web application from one page to another page. We are using session tracking concept in our development, web application development. Session tracking, it means what? It will keep tracking of our session entire activity means what? From which page we are forwarding our data to which page, those things it will be carrying it out throughout the session. So a session object we have created over here, request.get session, and that will give us the session object which is of HTTP session type. So in that session I have attached this value after successful success message, success msg, and those message I have given what? User registered successfully. It means what? This value will keep available into your session until and unless you will be removing it manually in code, or you will be what? Or what? You will be restarting your system. If you will restart your system, this session will get automatically erased, or if you will write the code session dot remove and success message, that then it will remove. Otherwise, until your project will be in running mode, up to that long time this session object will be available. So session tracking I have already explained you. Cookies also I have explained you. Hidden form field also I have explained to you all. URL rewriting also I have explained to you all during learning that GSP and Servlet. I hope you remember. Now
Yes.
after that I have set this value. I need to forward this from one page to another page, from servlet to this required GSP, which so for that I am using which response dot send redirect. Response is what? This HTTP servlet response. On this servlet page we are having what? HTTP servlet request and response. We are having over here object, right, of this HTTP servlet response. Using this response, why it is request and response? Because servlet is what? Server side programming, means what? Client will make a request to the server, so that request will come in this request object. Whatever the value you are forwarding from that front end, all those value will come to this request object, and from this request object, what I am doing over here, actually internally I am trying to get values from this request object. So request dot get parameter full name. So everything on the from front end what I have passed, those things will come in this request object, right? Now, so you client is making request to the server will process your request, then after server will give you response or not. Yes, to give response back we are having this HTTP servlet response object, RESP response, right? So using this response at the end will give response back to our client. It means what? Now using this response RESP, I'm sending response is having one method that is called send redirect. It means what? It will redirect from this page to your required page. For that required location I have given it over here. Where I am trying to forward it, register.gsp page, because from there only I have filled the data, right? So on that page only I am trying to forward it, but for that I need to have that URL. For that I have used over here request.get context path. You can write it on your notepad, that request.get context path method. What is you can get it, you can look for the details of this request.get context path over that Google, and you will have that complete descriptions about that, what is the meaning of this and what it is doing actually, isn't it? So this will give you the complete path of your application. This application expands tracker based path it will be giving you. So if you will Google it, you will be getting it. So this is your task to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Now this will give you the path, and on that path I have added which one, register.jsp. Means what, it will be forwarding you, it will be take you up to this register.jsp page. Once you will reach to that register.jsp page, over there if you will see success method, success msg, I have extracted it over there, as well as this is error msg. Error msg, in case of error, if will happen means user will get saved, in that case error message will get generated. So once you will come over here register page, you can see over here I have extracted that value using this GSTL tag. So GSTL tag I am checking over here, see if, and this is the way to test if it is a if condition only, if else, but I have used in that GSTL. So it is
Oh.
testing, test whether not empty, which one, success msg. This is the success msg object which I have given to that session. Where is that session? This is success message, and this success object, success msg object contains what, user registered successfully. Clear or not?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
where it went here.
And that C part is the part of Bootstrap or JSTL? I have some
Where
confusion.
that is, no, that is the part of GSTL, not that bootstrap. No,
Okay. Okay.
that is not part of G. That is the part of GSTL only. Where is that GSTL code? I have used it over here. If I haven't used over here, then I have used here on that navbar.jsp. If you will come, because I have imported navbar, it means what, GSTL already got
Mm-hmm.
imported. Where is that
Mm-hmm.
navbar component? Navbar, you can see it over here. This is GSTL. You are able to see, right? At the rate tag
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
prefix c, and URI this one, java dot sun dot com gsp GSTL core, right?
Okay. And sir, we have to
So I
import
have
that
imported.
pom.xml JSTL that dependency, na?
Yes, until unless you add dependency, you can't use this one, right? So
Okay.
that if you will come over here in that form.xml, you can see GSTL is there, a MySQL connector is there,
And Hibernate also
Java
there.
Servlet API. See, Hibernate is also there. So MySQL for connecting database, and Hibernate is there for using Hibernate application. And
Hmm.
this is Servlet, JSP Servlet API. This is for just Servlet conversation, for because a newer version of that JDK is not supporting. Newer version of that Apache Tomcat is not supporting Java X or Servlet. So for that making compatibility, we have to use this Java X Servlet GST something. So Java X Servlet API is there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Java Servlet GST, Java Jakarta Servlet GSP API also we have to use over here. So these things, if you will include in your pom.xml while executing the project, you won't get any error. Otherwise, you will have a lot of issues.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
So GSTL tag you got, right? Where is
Hmm.
that GSTL? This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
GSTL only. So So from that, where is that user register, front end register page. So on this register page, I have used GSTL. Using that GSTL, I have catch that success message object over here and printing. I'm checking whether it is empty or not. If it is not empty, then only I'm displaying see out, means what, it will display those message over that where on that register page, right? So let me fill this. It is still keep running. Let me hit it once again, or let me refresh it. It will again hit. Okay, so let me make it Mithun MI Mithun at the rate Mithun at the rate Gmail. Mithun K at the rate gmail.com. This is what 1 2 3 about genius person. Register it. It will come over here. The value came over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Full name we are having.
Mm-hmm.
It is having Sumit Rai only.
No, sir, it is on debugger mode, so you have to step over here.
No, that value is from previous only, because
Yeah, yeah.
previous value is there.
Because that part you are not completed on that side.
Yeah, okay, no, so but still it will go. It has done some wrong. Let me remove it, and let me close this. Done. Come over here, run this. Let me call this register page. Give it value over here. Value came over here. Rinky, Rinky at the rate gmail.com. Password about.
Hmm.
Now we'll click on this step over. We'll use this step into it. Will take us up to that service and service info. So now step okay it went to create that object.
Hmm.
After creating object, let us go next. Let me now go to that step into it will take us up to that service info. So in that service info we can see why didn't came inside. Wait for a few seconds, it is doing some. It's step by step it will execute.
Many threads are running for the multiple threads.
Some error came, I hope so. This package what? The driver not received any packet. What happened?
Hmm. I don't know. Temporary packets to the server. Okay. Deploy.
It's already been there on the
Mm-hmm.
system, right? It's telling so.
All are already in there, but why it's showing like that?
My skill 8 dB.
That is not a problem. See.
After it got success.
Yeah. It's still Mm.
Let us go
Mm.
this.
So once clean that server and rerun that.
Even terminate
I
this.
think that's the problem.
Let us rerun it. So register page. Hold.
Yeah, now it's
Now
done.
see, at this point it is saving that value, but during that debugger, what happened I don't know. It got saved successfully. If you will come to that front end, it will give you the message user registered successfully.
Mm.
So that is the session part which I have explained you. On that register page I have used GSTL and on that GSTL using that GSTL session object I have printed. That value got printed over here.
Mhm.
So this is
Yes.
about complete backend part of this user registration. Next session will go with that login part, and then we'll explain how this login page is actually working in that backend.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So if we'll come over here, we can see it in the database also that user got registered successfully. Since I have given this, what was the name of that user? Let us come to here console.
Sonu, I think.
Username was what? Sonu at the rate gmail.com, and password is what? Sonu only, right? So control C. Let me go over here, paste it. Why it is not pasting? So two times done. This Sonu is the password. We'll paste it over here. We'll click on this login.
And sir, what you have to do for that password as a hash password?
So what I didn't got you. Once we'll come here in that all user available, we can see view expenses is there.
Mm.
All expenses, all users options is not available here. Sonu is available over here. So we can go to that database and we can see that it got successfully added or not. Which is the database? Expense DB. Control C. Let me go to that database over here. So you are able to see Sonu got added or not. So
Mm-hmm.
full name is Sonu, password is Sonu, email is what? Sonu@gmail.com, and this is what I'm going to require. This is only the message which I have given over here
Mm-hmm.
while giving that value. So you can see this is the value, sonu@gmail.com. Sonu, password is Sonu, got added into the database successfully. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next session. We'll go with that.
Next, the login part. And
Yes.
I am talking about that if I want to like store that password as a hashed password for that encryption part from that registration. Uh, then,
Yes, yes.
then if I want to,
Instead of dot dot dot,
mm-hmm. in,
instead of dot dot dot, hash 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 over
no,
here.
no, no, no. Password that one security like encryption, we have to encrypt that, convert that password as a hash password. Then we will dehash that password and
Yes, yes. Encryption decryption is there. You can use that encryption and
yeah.
decryptions
So for that,
using that algorithm. That
what means that,
see in that. So you can Google it. You will be getting it that how to encrypt and decrypt our user password in case of Sorlet. You will be getting a lot of options over there. In case of a Spring and Spring
hmm,
Boot, in case of a Spring Boot, we are using JWT authentication. Over there, we are using encrypting it and decrypting it.
okay,
In case of a Spring, also we are having hash HSS. Some algorithm is there. Using that, we are encrypting our password.
okay.
So you can check it, you can Google it, you will be getting it. The same password will get stored into database in encrypted form.
Hmm, 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 hmm.
We can decrypt it also, of
Yeah.
course. So that is for the security purpose. So you can check it, but we are not working on that right now. Just simple, we are on this application, we are trying to perform all these operations related with that expense tracker.
Hmm.
So I hope it is clear for you
Yes,
that
sir,
user
yeah.
registrations complete
And sir,
login part.
after
In the next
giving me
session,
that, after you gave that me that code, na full code, I build that
yes.
pieces cloud lab total backend, and I host it on that cPanel. How that pieces cloud lab. You
That's
can
great.
check from here,
That's
from your
great.
browser now. It's still live, totally.
It's live. How?
Yeah, because of Alex sir give me that access of that their cPanel, they are where they are hosting that sites. Then I host that site with TV.
Huh. Can you tell me that
Uh,
address?
pcscloudlab.com. PCS Cloud Labs, cloudlabs.com. It's live. You can book demo with email utilization and sign up and login.
Where is that? Here.
Yeah, you can book free demo.
Hmm.
There is one part of
Now,
uh, ca- cache, yeah, cache verification.
but over here on this page, you are able to see there is no any title bar, menu bar, nothing is
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Go
For
ahead.
login, it's only. It's for only
Nav bar should display.
because they are not want to.
Nav bar should
Yeah,
display.
because they are not want to like display her number. That's why I'm not added.
Okay, okay. This is for login.
Register and login.
So, which option you have used from my project?
Yeah, it's totally working. Means it's totally in Hibernate. I build it totally in Hibernate. Full part. Like
That's great.
registration and login,
This page
and
only.
admin login part, and booking that
Yes.
booking demo part also.
Login part
Hmm.
also.
It's in Hibernate
That's
now.
great.
I did not know about hosting and how to connect that database like in a server. Then he give me that access.
Yes.
I just search and study about that. Then I got these points and I connected this thing.
That's great.
And this front end is not made by me. It's front end is made by any other person. I don't know who made this.
No issue. No issue. But at least you have done with this one,
Hmm.
right? Sign up, login, and free
Yeah,
demo. Book
there
free
I
demo.
implement that
That's a good
cloud
sign.
player is that, what is that, captcha verification in that book demo. There is on captcha verification.
Yes. You have done with that.
Hmm.
That's great. So thanks for attending the session. We'll meet in the next session. And before that, code is having inside in front of you. Just you do at your end the code is there, so you can do practice on that. We'll meet in the next session. We'll go with that login part, and then we'll move with that expense tracker. How to track after login.
Mhm.
We'll use have a net mapping concept over there
Yes, yes.
also. That the user different user can book register at like carry their expenses, they can track their expenses, they can manage their expenses, isn't
Mhm.
it?
Okay.
So thanks for attending the
Yeah,
session.
yeah.
So
Thank you, sir.
closing the call.
Cheers,
Bye.
sir.